is the muscle physiology. Muscle is our integral part, and by which muscle we can move locomotion, the animal can do grazing, the horse can do racetrack. So first we will focus on excitability. It has some property like excitability. What do you know excitability? The muscle has the ability to respond to stimuli, which is called excitability. What do you mean by extensibility? Extensibility means the stretchability. The stretchability of the muscle is the extensibility and elasticity. The tendency of the muscle to return to its original position is the elasticity. So now we will read some related to the type of muscle movement. So first one is the flexion. Flexion. When the angle between the two parts will decrease, it is called flexion. Second one, extensor. When the angle between two parts increases, it is called extensor. Third one is the abductor, and fourth one is the reduction. Reductor. So what do you mean abductor, adductor? Suppose this is our central axis, and if we want to come towards our central axis, then it is called adductor. Adductor, how can you remember it? By adduction. Okay, by adduction. And if we want to move our hand away from our central axis, it is called abductor type of muscle. Another type of is the sphincter. Sphincter is a group of circular muscle that is in contracted and open. Okay. So after that, we will come to the muscle part. So muscle, the innermost layer is the myofibril. So myofibril is being covered by endomysium. Being covered by endomysium. Then some group of endomysium will compose to form perimysium. Perimysium. And some perimysium will group up to form epimysium. Epimysium. And we can remember it by short form E, P, E. Endo, peri, and epimysium. Okay. So after that, we will focus on the ultrastructure of the muscle part. So this part is the sarcomere. Ultrastructure of the sarcomere. So first of all, this portion is the myosin portion. This portion is the myosin portion, and this portion is the actin. This is the elastic fiber. Okay. So this is the myosin. This portion is the actin portion. Okay. So this is the A band. What do you mean A band? A band is the anisotropic band. A band both contains the part of myosin and some part of actin. So this is called A band. What do you mean by I band? This is the I band. I band only contains the actin part. Actin part is the I band. If we focus on the only portion of the myosin, is regarded as H zone or Henderson zone. It is the H zone. The middle line. If we put a middle line, this middle line is the M line. Okay, and the line is here is the Z line, from which the actin and elastic fiber comes is the Z line. Okay. So this is our ultrastructure. This is the I band. This is the H zone. This is the A band. This is the M line. This is the Z line. So if we can calculate, then sarcomere is equal to half I. This is the half I portion plus A band. This is the A band portion plus half I. So this is the half I portion. This is the A band portion. This is the half I portion. So whole sarcomere is composed of this portion. So our next topic will be on actin structure. The thin filament called actin, and the thick filament is called myosin. So thin filament is again composed of three structures. There is the actin, and second part is the tropomyosin. Third part is the troponin. Okay. So actin If we find a singular part or particular structure, the actin is the G protein. G actin. It is called G actin. The G actin composed from the long fibrous structure, fiber-like structure, that is called F actin. Okay. Upon the actin there is a structure, this is called tropomyosin. This structure, red color structure, is the tropomyosin. Again, there is a three rounded structure, that is troponin. Okay, this tree structure is the troponin. Again, troponin is a three portion. Troponin has three portion. Is the T portion, I portion, and it has three portion. Is the T portion, I portion, and C portion. Okay. With the troponin T, it binds to tropomyosin. Tropomyosin. With the I portion, it is bind to actin. With the portion C, it binds to the calcium. What is calcium? Calcium is a structure that is help for the contraction of the muscle. Okay, this is the troponin structure. And another portion is the tropomyosin. Another portion is the myosin. Myosin, this is the head portion. Head portion is contain the enzyme that break down the ATP into ADP plus PI. ADP is the adenosine diphosphate plus phosphate. So this portion is the head portion. Okay. And actually this is called heavy meromycin. HMM. Heavy meromycin. And the lower portion is the called LMM. LMM is nothing but is a light meromycin. Okay. So this is the aorta structure. This is the EPE. We have to remember it. EPE. And extensibility, excitability, elasticity, flexor, extensor. And this is the topic.
So our next topic is the type of muscle. The type of muscle on the basis of location is divided into smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, and cardiac muscle. And here are some features related to we want to study here. So first is the structure. The smooth muscle. The smooth muscle is short one, and it is spindle shaped. The second one is the skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is the long and cylindrical. The third one is the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is short one, branching, and there is the presence of intercalated disc. Intercalated disc. There is the presence of intercalated disc. Then the next portion, the location. The location is in the visceral organ. In the visceral organ, that is our digestive system, that is the esophagus, small intestine, large intestine. Then the skeletal muscle is with our connected to bone. It is been connected to bone. Second one, the location of cardiac muscle is in the heart. Location is the heart that helps in the pumping of blood. Then contraction control. Contraction control includes, it is involuntary. This is the voluntary one. And this is the involuntary one. Involuntary one, and with the help of electrical activity of heart, the control is under control of cardiac muscle. Then striation. The smooth muscle has no striation. Skeletal muscle has, yes, it has striation. It has also striation. Second portion, the nucleus. Nucleus is single nucleus, centrally placed nucleus. It has multinuclei central. It has multiple nuclei, and it is peripheral in position, peripheral. It is also a single nuclei. It is single and centrally placed nuclei. The function, here the function portion is the involuntary and slow sustained contraction. It is the voluntary strong contraction, sustained contraction, and this is the function of pumping blood. This is the function of pumping blood. So this is the structure. The nucleus, here is in skeletal muscle, the nucleus is multiple nuclei is present, and is the involuntary one. This is also involuntary one. This is the voluntary one. So again, some question are put, the classification of muscle on the basis of striation. It is the striated muscle, unstriated muscle. The smooth one is a non-striated muscle. Skeletal and cardiac muscle is a striated muscle. The function on the basis of voluntariness is the voluntary, involuntary, or voluntary. The skeletal muscle is the voluntary one. The smooth muscle and cardiac muscle are involuntary one. Again, on the basis of location, there is being smooth muscle, skeletal muscle, and cardiac muscle. So in this topic, we will learn about the contraction, the muscle contraction portion. So this portion is the actin portion. This portion is actin portion, and this portion is the myosin portion. This portion is the myosin portion. This is the head portion. So the head contain enzyme which cause the hydrolysis of ATP. The ATP get hydrolysis into ADP plus PI. Upon the enzyme, it can hydrolysis to ATP from ADP plus PI. After that, the ADP plus PI cause it to cocked up. Cocked up means the perpendicular position of the myosin head. After that, it will get attached to the exposed actin part, and this is called cross bridge. There will be cross bridge formation. Cross bridge formation. There will be cross bridge formation, and after cross bridge formation, the myosin filament, the force will be towards the center. The force will be towards the center, which cause the contraction, which cause the muscle to get contracted. After contraction, there will be removal of ADP plus PI. After removal, there will be removal of the ADP plus PI portion that is being generated here, and a new ATP will get attached. ATP get attached. New ATP will get attached, and this cause the uncoupling of actin plus myosin. And again, the ATP will get degenerated. The ATP will get hydrolysis and form ADP plus PI, cause cocked up position. The exposed portion again get attached, and there will be contraction towards the center, and again there will be new ATP attached, and there will be uncoupling of the reaction. So this portion is the contraction portion. So we will focus on some flow chart related. The first north terminal of action potential. The north terminal get excited, and it will cause the release of acetylcholine. After the excitement, it will cause the release of acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter which bind with the acetylcholine receptor on the end plate of the muscle fiber, that cause end plate potential change. End plate potential change. The end plate potential change which cause the muscle fiber action potential, which cause the initiation of the muscle fiber action potential, and after that the sarcoplasmic reticulum will release calcium. Sarcoplasmic reticulum which causes the release of calcium, and after release of calcium the actin myosin interaction will be there, and after actin myosin relation there will be muscle contraction. This portion will go on. Okay, acetylcholine. After acetylcholine release, what happens? There will be depolarization. There will be depolarization of the muscle fiber. What do you mean by depolarization? Depolarization of muscle means, actually muscle means the sodium channel get activated and we call inward movement of the sodium channel. The inward movement of sodium channel cause the negative action potential to become positive, which cause the transmission of action potential throughout the muscle fiber, and the muscle fiber is imposed with T-tubule. What do you mean T-tubule? The sarcolemma, the covering of the muscle fiber. The covering of the muscle fiber, the sarcolemma, sarcomere, the covering is sarcolemma. The sarcolemma is actually invaginated into the muscle to form T-tubule. This T-tubule cause the sarcoplasmic reticulum to release calcium. After the calcium release, the sarcoplasmic reticulum cause the calcium release. After calcium release, it will bind to troponin. After the calcium release, it will bind to troponin C. The troponin C binding cause exposure of the actin part, by which the myosin get attached, and after attachment this cycle will continue. This is the actin myosin interaction, and there will be muscle contraction will be there.